Hello, and welcome to CLEA'S World. I am Clea, and today I would like to share with you more information I've received from the 25th dimension during my last BQH hypnosis session. I would also like to thank you, as always, for subscribing, liking, and commenting on my video. So let's move forward. I'll be reading from a transcript, and when I refer to Lorrayne, I'm speaking of my practitioner. And when I refer to me, I'm talking to myself under hypnosis, which means that the answers are coming from the 25th dimension. Let's jump in. Lorrayne, we've not heard anything new from Q since the original couple of messages a few weeks back. This was supposed to be part of the fun. Was that it? Me. They were laughing here. Yeah, so again, they cannot tell us a lot of things because some might be too dark and some might be just things they cannot tell us. For example, they can tell us that, the UN is going to come down, the IMF is going to come down, and here and there. And they cannot come out and tell us. They don't want too much of a contrast with what we've gone through. So they can't just take over all the media and say, oh, by the way, we kicked their butt in Ukraine and it's over. We're just waiting to switch over. They cannot tell us these things. The reason they cannot tell us is because they like to do things. They do things in terms of not only they're very secretive, but they do things. The word is intelligence. They have intelligence as in when you speak about secrets, not intelligence as in IQ. So they use intelligence to everything in the world of intelligence is strategized. And so from them, this is all part of the same game. They don't really know. Short of switching over the system and saying, okay, we're ready. They don't really know at which point. It's almost like you're on a continuum. And they know they've gone a very long way since they started, but they don't really know at which point it's okay to say certain things. So they basically just want to say things when stuff is done, it's finished. So yeah, so basically that's why they'll give us a little bit. We were all hoping, we're all excited for a moment that Q would provide this almost daily entertainment, tell us some bombshells of news, but it's not going to be like that. We already said everything we're going to see going forward before we leave here is going to be in a way mild. It's going to look very mild, even when it is a bombshell like this thing, recall. But it's going to be handled very mildly, like you might almost, as a 3D person, you might almost say, well, they didn't really say anything. They didn't say it was awful and all the officials were corrupt. You might even be disappointed. But the truth is, when you see it in perspective, it's going to be a huge deal. And that's what we mean, that everything is going to look. It's almost like you have to question yourself, like, did this just happen? And does this mean what I think it means? Or because they're not saying that. So you will always have to read through the lines a little bit. But that's going to happen. And it's going to have this huge impact that we're telling you it will have, the signal that it will have, the importance that it will have. Now, the question is, why does it have to happen? Because the truth is that people in the 3D chambers, they already think it happened. So you can just make up the story. So why does it have to happen? And so a lot of people are thinking, why do we have to wait for this to happen? Can we just make up the story or know that it would have happened? It's for us. It's for the light. It's for the light team. It's not even for the people going with the aliens. Yes, to some extent, but again, they would have seen it, right? They would have known. So it is to some extent for them. But the majority of the people left right now, the essences left, is the light team. It's us. And so it is for us because we needed to see at a conscious level that somehow it's almost like a full circle. We went back to, we almost canceled, deleted all these resets of evil things, getting worse and worse and worse. And finally, we're almost going back to where, all right, we're going to start this over now. We're not starting it over now, but that's the idea. So I know that many are wondering, like, is this worth it? Why are we here? Let's just move on. We're not going to get anything that is that impactful, but it is. It means something for us as the light team. The light team, you have to keep in mind, we always talk about the dark team feeling guilty and feeling horrible. You have to understand, we feel guilty too. We feel horrible too. We not only feel like we're supported all these things that have taken us to this point, but we also feel like we've been inept in many ways. And we've been very demoralized for a very long time. So while this might not seem like much, and for many of us feel like, okay, we're used to nothing ever changing, it's fine, let's just close the door and leave it behind. It's like you leave behind a mess. You just shut the door and move to a new house instead of fixing it. We need this. We need this because we're also going to have to do a lot of introspective work. And we need to see that, we will see that what is happening right now, which is our essence, is deciding that we made this switch, this turn. And that's why we are staying behind when everybody else is already gone. But it was important for us to make this turn. It was important to us to see that we could change things in 3D. So we know that people are very, very impatient, but this is very important what we're doing right now. And it's absolutely, totally worth it in terms of our morale. Now we get it. From a 3D perspective, we are not sensing that. We are not seeing that. But we want to tell you this is what's happening. It's not just the entertainment per se. Of course it is, but it's also the almost emotional take of, okay, so we as the light team, what have we done really here? What have we been able to do? It's no joke. It is not a joke. It is not nothing to say that we've had to take a planet down because we screwed up. And it wasn't just the dark that screwed up. We screwed up big time by not keeping the dark in check, by going along with certain ideas that were very, very dark. And we just want to feel better about ourselves, just like the dark is. And keep in mind, a lot of the dark is going back to the 25th and seeing and understanding. For us, especially going to New Earth, we're already spoken about this. It will take some time to understand what we've done here. So what we're seeing now, as dreadful as it feels to still be stuck here while everybody else is gone and already having a good time, it's worth it to us. It really is. It's not just fun, 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 fun. It's also the fact that we're finally rebalancing something. We're finally doing what we were supposed to do, what we wanted to do from the beginning, and what we failed to do. We feel like we failed doing. Now, just like we said for the dark, we've done our best. That's all. We're playing. Did we play it the best we could have? Probably not. But that's why we have millions of games that we go and play. Some go well and some go not so well. That's all. But even for us, it's going to be hard to cope with this when we see the extent of what we've done. This is why we're waiting. We're watching because we really are trying to feel better about ourselves. Lorrayne, thank you. Okay, we were originally supposed to leave with bodies, and the people left behind were going to experience time differently and not notice that their loved ones were gone for a while. But now that we're staying longer compared to the original timeline, how are the family members and friends of people who have physically left not noticing that they're gone, even though it's been weeks and months since these people have left? Me. The people that are left behind, they're mostly NPCs, and they're in suspension. Their reality is suspended, as in they might even forget that they have a friend that they talk to every day, or they might think, oh, my wife is traveling for work, and she's been gone for a while. They lose track of time. Even Clea is losing track of time completely. She can't even, it takes her like 5 minutes to remember what day it is, what month we're in. So this is happening pretty much across the board, but especially with these people. And so it doesn't have to be just a few days. You can lose months. It's not a problem. Now, the ones that are left behind that have essences like you, like Clea, and when they say like you, they're referring to Lorrayne, like many people that you guys, the people you interact with in the Telegram group and so on, we're avoiding other people. And when we do have to deal with people, there are loved ones where the essence has gone, but they've left the body here. We just pretend that the essence is still here, like Clea is doing with her parents. No, but we're avoiding. Clea is avoiding going anywhere. She's turned down several invitations to go hang out with people. And she's asked us a question actually coming up. She's asking, the excuse has been that she's painting the house, that she doesn't want to go out. It's too hot. There's always an excuse. But she's surprised. She goes, these are things that I enjoy doing. These are people I enjoy. She doesn't want to go anywhere. She doesn't want to see anyone, because the fact is, we don't want to see our friends as shells. That's the bottom line. Lorraine. Okay, I agree. Thank you. Are the alien ships still picking up people? And what percentage of the group going with the aliens has left by now? What percentage of that group has taken their body? Me. So yes, the ships are still picking up people. They've said they picked up another 5% of people, but it's weird because they're telling me that 96% of people are gone. Okay, so they picked up another 5% of people, and now 96% of the people going with the aliens are gone. So the difference there is the people that have gone without taking their bodies, the people that basically have left their bodies behind. So 96% of people are gone, but the ships picked up another 5% only. Lorraine, thank you. What percentage of that group is taking their body with them? Me. Yeah, so would be the difference there between 96%, they're telling me about 30% now. Yeah, because it makes sense if you do the math. It's like 10 to 15% before, now another 16% has gone, 5% was picked up, so another 10%. Yeah, they're telling me about 30% have left their body behind. And here they are referring to the fact that the second group of people that was going to leave, which was the group going with the aliens, they were originally supposed to all leave with their bodies. But then we discovered that because we have so misused and ill-treated our bodies, many were not able to take their bodies. They were not able to transition with their bodies. And so they left the body, they ended up leaving the bodies behind, just like the first group of people left their body behind for different reasons at the time. Basically, we just didn't think it would be a good idea to have like almost 1 billion people take off with their bodies. We would have freaked out seeing that there were 1 billion people leaving, that I left the planet, that were missing here. And so basically now we're saying that 96% of the second group of people going with the aliens has left, and that about 30% of them have had to leave their bodies behind because they couldn't make it. Now, and I have details about all of this, but I just want to tell you so that you can keep track of these things, because things are moving very quickly here. The idea is that the people that have gone with the aliens, some of them have turned back. They talked about just 4%, a handful of people, because since we're almost like in this overtime with the takedown, some of them have been excited enough to come back, which is incredible. Nobody was expecting that. All right, so let's keep going. Lorraine, excuse me. Okay, let's do that again. Lorraine, how many humans still have essences on this planet at this point? Me, about 100 million people. Lorraine, this is a question for me. How many animals, wild animals and pet animals in general on the planet are still here with their essences? Me. They're saying about 7 to 8%. They're telling me 7 to 8. They're almost all gone, but a lot of the pets have stayed behind because they're helping. Sometimes they're helping the NPCs cope, and sometimes they're just helping us who still have essences deal with this reality, especially if we're going to New Earth. They want to go with us. We're all going together. Lorraine. So where did the animal essences go if there's only a small percentage left that is going to go to New Earth? Did the other ones go with the aliens? Did they go through to 3D? Did they go back to 25th? Me. Yeah, all of the above. Most of them have not gone back to 25th. Very, very few essences that had incarnated here as animals have gone back to the 25th. We've explained this before. They don't feel the need to. They haven't done anything where they are overwhelmed by what they've done. So they're just moving on to other places to have fun somewhere else. So yeah, they've gone to 3D chambers. They've gone with the aliens. And the ones going to New Earth are hanging out with us waiting. Lorraine. So basically, they've just gone to play another game. Me. Yeah. Lorraine. Thank you. How are people doing in the 3D chambers? Are they having a good time while we're still dealing with this humdrum, annoying, dense reality? Me. The people in the 3D chambers have moved on with their lives. We might as well call them aliens. They're not even from here anymore. You know what I mean? Like, to them, they feel like they've been gone for decades. So they're already They forgot about all of this. So they might as well be a completely new generation, people we don't even know. Yeah, they're living their life in a much better place. They're happy. It's awesome. As we said, we might as well pretend it's another planet that's having a fantastic time. Lorrayne, I'm glad they're having a good time. Okay. So since most of the dark has left, what's happening inside the dark organizations like the 3-letter agencies? And I won't mention them here because the algorithm, you know, they don't want us talking about the truth. So what's happening with the 3-letter agencies around the world? Are they being run by people in the middle that tend towards the dark? Are they having trouble finding people to carry out their agendas? Are people finally leaving their jobs and refusing to go along with the evil agenda? Me. Yeah, so yeah, all of that. So there are some people that are leaving their jobs, you know, either they might use the excuse they're retiring or something happened and they decided to do something else. And these are people that, a lot of them, they will say, I'm not able to complete this task. You know how we all are feeling some physical symptoms from all the energy, etc. They might be like, no, I can't finish this. My body, you know, I'm sick or whatever it is. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons they believe are physical, 3D reasons why they can't pull off, where they can't complete certain missions. And in terms of who's running them, there's still a few of the dark, but it's very few. Most of the people now handling these things are in the middle. And because they are in the middle, they're able to just say, no more. For whatever 3D reason they think they're saying no more. But yeah, a lot of stuff is not happening anymore. They just don't have the manpower anymore. These organizations are not what they used to be. This is just not the support. I'm sorry, there is just not the support internally, but also from all of us. Again, only about 100 million essences are left. The vast majority of them, the vast majority is us on the team of the light, not even in the middle, on the team of the light. We are not going to support this. In fact, if it were for us, it would be gone by tomorrow. And I do mean it instantly, at the speed of thought. We cannot have this on this planet. We don't want to see this, and we don't want to. We're not a new earth yet. We're not even willing to see that we can change reality that quickly. We don't want to do that here. But otherwise, they would have already been dismantled and all of that. The fact is, there's nothing there. They're empty. There's nothing supporting them anymore. They're just a relic of the past, if you want to think of it that way. So I was very excited to hear this. And so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.